Hi Flosstube, it's Nikki Noodle here, coming back for a new year, new Flosstube video. I hope everyone's going really well. I'm going well, thank you. And I'm here to show you all of my little finishes for 2022. I had quite a few things that I stitched on throughout the year and finished. What I'll show you today is some things are fully finished, some things aren't fully finished. So yeah, I hope you enjoy what you see. I've missed you guys. I know it's been a while. I just needed a break. I needed some time for me. Work got extremely busy for me. I started 2 new jobs. I started a new job at the end of September. And then I started another new job in November, and then I start another new job on the 16th of January, and then on the 30th of June I go back to my old job, maybe. So it's been, I haven't had very much headspace for anything other than, you know, work and family, so hence the absence of 4 months. So I'm back now. I feel like I've got more headspace now, which is great. I'm currently on 4 weeks holidays, which is fantastic. And I'm really enjoying just spending time at home with the kids and the hubby, doing a bit of stitching, just pottering about. So it's really nice, but it's nice to be back. Okay, now, no, as I said, maybe I said, but no particular order. I'm just going to grab things and show you, because everything I've got seated around me here, I finished this year. So in addition to cross stitch, I have got some other things that I've done and finished. So I'll show you those too. Just crafty crap, more crafty crap. Anyway, first thing I'll show you is this very, very cute little Mill Hill kit that I stitched. This is Ollie Elf. I think I have shown you this as I've stitched it, but now I've fully finished him. He's very cute. Can you see him up close? There we go. Put him in front of my face so you can focus. I love his legs and his little feet. He's very cute. So here's a little Mill Hill kit. He was meant to be finished with a magnet on the back, but the kit came with loads of beads, so I just made this little beaded hanger for him. And he was the angel on top of our Christmas tree this Christmas. So that's Ollie Elf. And I have got another little matching kit with the little lady, but I can't remember her name. But I'll stitch that at some point this year, I hope. So that's one finish. The kit for that one, just in case you're interested, for Aussie stitches, that came from Carolyn at a Stitching Time in Hobart. So she stocks those cute little things. This little finish, this was a little freebie chart from Christina at Whilst Iris Snaps. And I think this one's called Carrots. And there's another companion freebie chart with little bunnies on it, which I might stitch this year because I think they're just too cute. But that's that. I think I just used colours in my stash. The carrot top's cute. They're just long stitches. They're finished with some felt, no, not felt, what do you call that stuff? Felted wool, woven wool, I don't know what you call it. And Lady Dot creates chenille trim in algae, I think that one was called. So that was that little finish. It's very cute, very cute. So they were carrots that I made because I'd made sweet pea, which is a la-di-da chart. I stitched this one as an informal stitch along, I guess you'd say, with Ryan from Rai Magai and Betsy. Everyone knows Betsy Klager. I'm having the worst hair day. It is so humid where we are at the moment. So my hair's just gone, I look like a poodle, so don't look at me. So this is Sweet Pea, very cute. Love her tail. So that's Sweet Pea from La Di Da. And I just stitched it using all of the called for threads. It was very quick to stitch, but very fiddly to make into a bunny. Required some patience. And it's just plain linen on the back. I think I stitched that on a 32 count decrepit from number 12 Stitch Co. A lot of the smalls that I stitched were just on scraps of linen that came off larger samplers. Excuse me for scratching my nose. What will I show you next? This cute little one called Love Never Fails. That was a freebie primitive hair chart that I stitched. I unashamedly copied Jules Darling on Instagram. When she stitched this, I stitched it along as well, and just finished it with a little pin with a couple of little buttons on it, and some more of that woven wool felt stuff on the back. Just a funny greeny yellowy colour. So that's that one. Might show you a bigger one. Excuse me for reaching in front of you. So this little one is a Plum Street chart called Woolard and Kringle. I started this one late last year, stitched it in about 4 or 5 days. I just absolutely smashed this one out because he's quite big, he's not small. And I stitched this, I reckon that would be maybe a 36 count linen. So he's not small, but I love him. And I just stitched him probably using a combination of called for colours, and the red I know is inappropriate from Leo and Roxy, now known as Roxy Floss Co, which you can get your hands on via the Evertote website. So I think that's probably one of my most favourite reds. I love red. Red is definitely my favourite colour. So he is very sweet. Now the light's not great here today. I think we're just about to get a thunderstorm. So it is what it is. Another small one. This is a purple bird, but the chart is called Yellow Bird from La Di Da. And this is probably one of my favourite finishes for the year. I just thought this colour was glorious. It's called Concord from Weeks. And I'm not a purple person, but I keep saying it, I'm attracted to some of these purples. They're just so pretty. So that was Yellow Bird, and I just finished it with a little piece of quilting fabric that I had in my stash to match. No trims or anything, and I stuffed it with, it feels like some of the wool roving that I bought last year. So that's that one. I'll do another bigger one. This one is called Rebecca Rabbit from Kathy Barrick. This one, Kathy often recommends using NPI silks, but she often has a DMC conversion as well. So I think I stitched most of it in DMC except for the bunny, and I used galvanized from Weeks to do that one. It's a bit stripy because I've stitched horizontally, but that's fine, doesn't bother me at all. I'll just hold it still for you so you can see it. And I thought she was very sweet, and I enjoyed stitching that one. So that's Rebecca Rabbit from Kathy Barrick. And I do have the chart for Rodney. I assume that's Rebecca's boyfriend, husband, partner. So I'd like to stitch him too. Now this was one that I had on the go for a long time. This is Nantucket Broom Ride from Not Forgotten Farm. I love it. I think it's a very cute little chart, but I'm not thrilled with how the light colours have shown up or haven't shown up. So you can see there's waves on the bottom there. You can barely see them. the little moon is in a white. I think I stitched it in, well, it might have even been 52 B5200, but you can barely see that, but anyway, that's okay. So that's Nantucket Broom Ride by Not Forgotten Farm, and I stitched that on a 40 count rain cloud from number 12 Stitch Co. Again, that's just a scrappy bit of linen that I cut off a larger sampler. This little one, I don't know whether I showed this in a Flosstube through the year, but this was a very old kit that my mum had given to me many years ago because I love frogs. I'm a frog nerd. And this, it's hard to, it's very loose linen that I've used here. I think it's about a 28 count linen, natural linen. It's very coarse, but anyway, it's fine. I stitched this, I can't remember the colour of the thread, but the little frog charms came in the kit. And I thought that was very cute. I think I'll finish this just in a little pillow. So that's frogs, and that's by Hindsight? Something like that. A very old chart, but I'm sure you could probably find it still. I see Hindsight charts around. So anyway, that's that one. The next one is a little start. I started this one while I had COVID in June, and this is a With My Needle chart by Ellen Chester. Yay! I remembered your name in full. Yay! And it's called Quaker Samplings. Well, it's one of the Quaker samplings, but I didn't stitch all of it. I just stitched the bottom part, and I'm going to wrap it around a spool. I've got a little short spool that I thought this would look really sweet wrapped around. So that's some finishing I need to do. And that's stitched on a 37 count legacy linen. I don't know what colour. Just another scrap. So that's that. Isn't that sweet? And what did I stitch that in? I think I might have stitched it in a Silks For You silk that I had. PR034, I think it is. So very quick stitch. The Quaker motifs are very fun little things to stitch. Okay, here's a fully finished object, another spool finish. This one is a Blackbird design. I think it's called Summerberry Pink Heap. So if I just do a little spin, you know, it's got some eyelet stitches and cross stitches, of course. And that was stitched on a scrap of 40 count cream linen, just plain cream. And I finished the edge in a nun stitch. And then some eyelets on the back, and I've just laced some stranded cotton, some floss. I finished it like that. And it just sits on my little shelf over here, looking cute. So again, another quick stitch, but, well, it should be a quick stitch, but Blackbirds always take me a long time because of all the doodads. I don't enjoy the doodads, but anyway, I just got to suck it up and do it. I think I must have stitched one piece of every designer that's ever been on the planet in 2022. There's a lot there. Anyway, this is a Plum Street. I think I must have stitched one piece of every designer that's ever been on the planet in 2022. There's a lot there. Anyway, this is a Plum Street. One of the animal crackers. It's not really an animal, is it, though? It's Paisley, who is a snow lady. I assume it's a lady. She's got a dress on. And I thought she was very cute. So I stitched her. And this fabric is a 36 count Plum Street blend from R&R, which you don't see very often. And it's a really weird colour. It's sort of like this yellowy, greeny colour, which I've had it in my stash for a long time, and I never knew what to stitch on it because it is a little bit of an unusual colour, but I thought Paisley was good. Not that you'll see much of it when she's sewn together, But anyway. So that's Paisley. I'd like to stitch more of these little animal crackers. I think they're very cute. So that's Paisley. Next is Solidarity for Ukraine, I think this one was called. Just a little freebie chart that was available on Instagram. And that was just to show my support of Ukraine in the silly ongoing war with Russia. So that's a full coverage piece, so there's a lot of stitching in that one. It's very sweet, and it's got a lady dot velvet on the back, which feels beautiful. So that's that one. Lots of smalls, lots and lots of smalls. I'll show you a bigger finish. This one I had on the go for a long time. This is Catherine Pickling. She was a chart that a friend of mine, Lisa, was given as a gift. It was a kit that came from the Victorian Albert Museum in London. Lisa had no intention of stitching it, so I did. The original kit, it's a reproduction sampler of a sampler that's in the V&A. But the kit that came, and the chart that came with the kit didn't chart the words, didn't chart Catherine Pickling's name. So I just did some sleuthing on Google and happened to find the original, a picture of the original sampler, and then just as best I could based on that picture just charted the name Catherine Pickling and her work. What does it say? Her work aged 7 years in 1780. So it's a fair stab at a reproduction now. So I was very, very happy to get this one done because I've been sitting on it for a while. And you can see, maybe you can see the urn, if I can get it folded right. That urn is all eyelet stitches. Every stitch in the main part of that urn there are eyelet stitches. So it looks really effective. It looks fantastic in the flesh. I don't know if you can see it very well on the camera. And then the little flowers on the left and right margins have got satin stitch with a cross stitch edge. So that's Catherine Pickling. She's done. So she's very sweet. And I used, the kit contained a mix of DMC and Anchor thread. I used most of them, but I did swap out the pink that was used for the house because it was quite pink, very, very pink. So it still is quite pink, but it's a little bit softer pink than what was included in the kit. And I still think it's funny that this looks like a TV aerial. Someone told me it's a lightning rod. Don't know. Whatever. I like to think it's a TV aerial. Okay, next one is another Blackbird. This is out of the little Christmas strawberry book, the little tiny book. Can I think of what it's called? No, I can't. But anyway, this is one of the little berries. I think I might have it written down. Have I got it written down? What's this one called? Dancing Sugar Plums is the name of this particular chart. And that took me about 2 years to stitch because of the doodads. I do 1 or 2 doodads and put it away because it would give me the pips. And I've stitched that on a piece of 36 count earthen from Picture This Plus. I really love Picture This Plus linen. I'm normally not really into the heavily mottled things, but for something this size where it's pretty well hidden, I do love it. I love stitching on it. I guess that's the difference. I love stitching on it. So that's that one. I wouldn't do a sampler on that. And it's not too bad, I guess, but you know, some of them are pretty full on. But whatever floats your boat. You do you, I'll do me. Next is a Prairie Schooler Santa. Again, this took me about 3 years to do. I finally finished him. He's the 2019 Prairie Schooler Santa, I believe. And I didn't stitch the, you know, she does the dotted line around the edge. I didn't do that, none of the words or anything. But I might finish that into a little ornament of some description one day. So he's very cute. He's stitched on a 40 count summer khaki. Yeah, very sweet. I really like him. I like how he's holding a baby lamb. Okay, next one is this very cute little shepherd's bush Christmas tin. I bought this when I was in Hobart in June for the Mojo Retreat, a dark Mojo Retreat that was hosted by Carolyn at A Stitch in Time, the best weekend ever. I bought this when my friend Kathy and I went shopping to Thread, which is a patchwork needlework shop in Hobart. This was a complete little kit, shepherd's bush kit, and I just think he's very cute. It's like a Santa with a shepherd's crook and a little house and little reindeers, I think they are. They look like reindeers to me. And it's got a couple of cute little beads on it. Beads and beads and a little button. So very cute. Love him. And even the little kit even came with a little tin. So any Aussie stitchers that want some shepherd's bush kits, Thread in Hobart is the store for you. They've got some really sweet ones. Okay, I have shown this finish before on Flosstube. This is another big one. This is All Creatures Great and Small by Barbara Anna. I haven't chopped the excess off still. So that's that one. I absolutely love stitching this one. Loved it. I loved every little motif. The pigs, the little ladies with a broom and a little baby, the cow. So many mistakes in this, it's ridiculous, but I love the finish. I love the mountain. I love stitching all the damn grass, it was fun. I completely changed this scene down here to remove the church and just changed it out for a little red house because I love little red houses. Loved it. Loved it. I changed the words to what suits me and put my initials in the middle with 2022 because that's when I finished it. That one is stitched on a piece of 40 count Silvery Moon from number 12 Stitch Co. This next piece I've stitched two different things on. This is called Bittersweet and it's one of 3 charts that came in a little set from Pineberry Lane. They're actually little like Halloween charts, but I just, not that I decorate for Halloween or celebrate Halloween, is that the right thing to say? Celebrate Halloween. Who can resist a cat in a dress? Kathy, you might be able to, but I can't. Plus she's got a pair of scissors and a little pot of flowers there that were French knots, which I don't love doing, but I did anyway. So that's that one, Pineberry Lane. And this is a piece of 40 count salted caramel from number 12 Stitch Co. And the other piece stitched on this actual piece of linen is Blue Bell Snickle from Not Forgotten Farm. And I love this Naughty Santa smoking. Isn't he cute? He's a bad boy, smoking behind the sheds. But yeah, love him. He's only quite little, so So there's my hand for comparison. I was going to frame him in a little frame and just put him around at Christmas time. Which, you know, I could have done for this Christmas because he was all stitched, but did I do it? Nah. Okay. A few more things. This cute little one, I believe this is a heart in hand design called, I have got it written down, can I find it? Spring Hair Etching. It is a chart that is available for purchase now, I understand, but I got this little chart out of the Punch Needle Primitive Stitcher magazine. Me doing this, that's that's me doing punch needle, even though I've never done it in my life, but Punch Needle magazine. So very cute. Again, I just pulled threads from my stash, and I had this cute little love heart button, so I stitched it there, and then I put that really sweet pink stripy floral fabric on the back because I just thought it was cute. It's only teeny tiny, very sweet. Now I think there's an owl and some fish or something in the same series, so I might do them one day. Okay, now this was a little pillow that I stitched at Easter time last year. It's called a Tisket, a Tasket, and I cannot remember who the designer was, but if you need to know, just please yell out and I'll get back to you. I've got it all written down elsewhere. So what does it say? A Tisket, a Tasket, eggs for my basket. So a very primitive piece, but I thought it was very cute, little tail. Very cute. It's a designer on Etsy. It was a purchase for download. I stuffed this one just with polyfill, you know, the fibre fill stuff, the synthetic stuff. It's horrible. I might have to restuff him. I made it quite flat, which is fine, but all of the fibre fill's pulled out of the corners, so I don't like that at all. So I might restuff him with some wool roving. And that was the back, just some quilter's cotton on the back. And I tend to do the join at this point because then I can cover, well, if you sew it using like a ladder stitch or a whip stitch, you can't really see it anyway. But in case you sort of go a bit astray with your stitches, the lady dot stuff or whatever you're going to use to finish at the trim covers your stitches. I don't like to do the slit in the back, but like I said, you do you. If that's your preference, go for it. Okay, getting down now. This one was another very cute little piece. This came as a trio, like 3 little charts in the one pack. Again, I can't remember who the designer was. But that needed the tiniest little scrap of linen to stitch it on, so I don't even know what it is. It looks like a legacy linen. So I don't know though. And then I just stitched it with a red. Might have even done this with a sulky actually. Sulky, you know, the spool of cotton thread, which I quite like using those. So this is called, I know the pattern is called a Primitive Hearts Trio. I've only stitched one of the 3 because it was my favourite. So that's that one, and again more of that wool. I bought a bundle of wool from Hatched and Patched in Bathurst. If anyone's looking for some of that woven wool, felted woven wool, is that what it's called? I don't even know what it's called. It's a woven fabric, but then it looks like it's brushed. I'm sorry. But anyway, Hatched and Patched in Bathurst. The owner's husband likes to dye the wool, so you can get bundles of it down there. Just nice little pieces that are perfect for little pillows. This was a really quite a recent finish. I stitched this little piece for Abby Bella Stitch. It's part of the Itty Bitty sale that she had going, because she has had some health issues, and I stitched that and sent her my good healing vibes while I stitched it. So that's a little Blackbird chart in one of their lovely books. I think it's called have I got it written down? Honeycomb Basket, that one is called. And I finished it as a little pin cushion. I had this little wooden base that I had bought at the Cruel Goblin when I visited their store a couple of years ago. And it's a really neat little finish. You can just unscrew this little screw here and the little top comes off, and then I just laced the piece on nice and tight, got rid of all of the wrinkles or most of the wrinkles, and then screwed it back on. So that's that one. Very cute. I don't know if they still sell these little wooden doodads, but I really like that one. Okay, I'll show you another sampler that I did finish. I've shown you this as well, you've seen this one. This is Lucy Calcutt, 1826. She's a whopper. This was my oldest whip at the time, but now it's not, obviously, because it's finished. I loved stitching this. The colours are beautiful. The door is not wrong. Anytime anyone sees this, they said, oh, you haven't finished the door. That's as charted. So if it was good enough for Lucy, and Ellen Chester actually stitched it as charted. So if it's good enough for those two lovelies, then it's good enough for me. It's got big reindeers on it. Look at that border at the bottom. Isn't that pretty? So pretty. And this is stitched in good old DMC. Look at that flower basket in the centre. Beautiful. The bow. And this is stitched on a 36 count. Can't remember. Cafe au lait? Maybe that's what it is. Don't know. I didn't write it down at the time, so sorry, I just got to adjust my poodle hair. It's driving me mad. Okay. A few more to go. Not that many, a few more. This one is Coffee Quaker. This is a heartstring samplery chart. Betsy, my darling Betsy, gifted me this. She gifted me the chart, the linen, the floss, everything to stitch this beautiful piece, and I love it because it's true. I cannot function unless I've had coffee. I love coffee, and really, really, really pretty. Pretty colours. I love the variegation in these colours. So I'd like to get that one framed. So heartstring samplery, Coffee Quaker. So, and I did, as you can see, I put my initial here and D for Don, the hubster. That's that one. Speaking of the hubster turned the big 5-0 in June, back in June, and I did share with you that I wanted to stitch him a kit that was some wading birds. And I think the last time I showed you I'd done about 12 stitches, and that was after his birthday. I was supposed to get it stitched for his birthday, but that didn't happen. But anyway, I did get it done, and I have framed it. So you can see, or you can see my my phone in the reflection. So this piece is called Waders, and it's by a kit by Bothy Threads from the UK. And I really, really ended up enjoying stitching this little one. There's a lot of, oh, I've got a cramp in my hand. Sorry, people. I've got a cramp in my finger right up to my elbow. Oh. Ow. So that's it. It's got half stitches, so just 10 stitch I guess you'd call it. Some stitches are stitched with 3 threads, some with 2, some with 1, and it's also beaded. So the beads make it sort of look like a frothy, you know, when the waves sort of come in and they get a bit frothy when they're a bit aerated. So I guess that's what the intention of the beads is. You can sort of see them there. And then I just ordered this frame from the usual frame shop, theframeshop.com.au, and I just took a stab at the colour. This is just a natural oak frame. And then I got a matte. Because it's beaded, I wanted a matte. It's got a spacer in there as well, which is probably overkill, but that doesn't matter. And again, I just took a stab with the colour of the matte board and it sort of worked okay. I think it worked well, actually. There's a lot of greys and a lot of browns in it, so there's a lot of scope there. So that's Waders by Bothy Threads. Okay, this is my last cross stitch piece and I have finished, yay, the Don't Be a Bloody Hypocrite sampler from Whilst Iris Naps. So this is Emily Harbin. So what it says is, whatever you dislike in another person, take care to correct in yourself. Emily Harbin, 1824. So it's mainly cross stitch, but it's also got 4-sided stitch, which is really fun to do. 4-sided stitch, 4-sided stitch. Oh. My stupid fingers keep cramping up. I don't want to have to edit. Oh. It's got eyelets. That row there is all eyelet stitch, eyelet alphabet, and then cross stitch. Look at all the crowns. Aren't they great? I love the little crowns. And I stitched that just in 2 different colours of silk, Gloriana silk. So that was a pleasure to stitch. Took me ages, but beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. That's stitched on a piece of 40 count Rain Cloud from number 12 Stitch Co. Okay, now I've got 2 more things to show you which are not cross stitch, but they are crafty related. When I went to the Daisy Chain Stitches retreat back in September, we had a freebie table there and there were so many beautiful freebies on offer, you know, cross stitch charts, patchwork patterns, little kits for various things, and I happened to pick up a little pin cushion kit. It was a full kit. It had all of this wool felt, so it's not just acrylic felt, it's wool felt, the little tape measure, the thread to decorate, to embroider on the top. So I finished that little thing, only took me a day, whip it up. It's just whip stitched together and then I just stuffed it very firmly with wool roving. So, and as you can see, I've been using it. Here's my patchwork pins, my flower headed pins, but you can see it's cute, 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 cute. And I did put cardboard on the bottom. And maybe I put some walnut shells for a bit of weight as well, because it just sits very easily like that. Hello, Bonnie. Dog's at the door scratching, wanting to be let in. Okay, one more thing. And it's, I've just got to jump up. Oh, actually 2 more things. While I'm up, I made some pants. See? I made myself some linen pants for summer because I just could not find any in the shops that I liked and that would fit properly, and so I just made them myself. So that's one more. And then this is the last thing, is my English paper pieced quilt. I'm gonna have to get up and show you. So it's this one. It's very hard to show you. So hopefully you can see, you get the gist anyway. I've shown it to you before, but not quilted. So I did have it custom quilted. I didn't quilt it myself, but a friend of mine did it for me. Can you see the detail in that quilting? It is just incredible. Just incredible. So all of the little circles around here and the wavy pattern. The cats have been sleeping on it, of course, so it's a bit hairy. And this is all English paper pieced, all of the coloured parts. Oh, my silly hands are cramping terribly today. So all paper piece, and this is all applique, all hand appliqued on. So that's that, and I'll show you the back because the back's really pretty as well. That's the join, I think, is it? Oh, you can just see the pattern now of the quilting on the back. So that's that one. That was good to get done, and I put the binding on it. This bit here is the binding for those that don't do patchwork. Not that I do much patchwork anymore. Cross stitch is my main crafty stuff now. So that's that. So they're all my 2022 finishes. Yay! Okay, so what are we at? We're at 41 minutes. I hope you all enjoyed seeing those finishes. As I said, if you've got any cat hair, got any questions about anything that I've shown, you want to know any more detail about the charts, the name, what linen I've stitched it on, just yell out. My Instagram handle is NikkiNoodle74. Betsy reckons the 74 is because I'm 74 years old, and she's probably right. There's nothing wrong with being 74. I've ended up making my Instagram account private because there were too many weird male creeps trying to follow me for some reason. I don't know why a middle-aged man would want to follow a woman that puts cross stitch on her page. But anyway, I've made it private, so if you want to follow me, just put in a follow request, and as long as if your account's public and I can see that you're a cross stitcher, or sometimes the name, your Instagram handle will tell me that you're a cross stitcher, I will approve the follow request. Sometimes I won't. If I'm not certain that you're a cross stitcher or, you know, a harmless person, I'll reject that follow request. So just a heads up. That's it for today. As I said, I think in the beginning, I'm planning on doing a whip parade next. I counted this morning, I think I've got 31 whips, which, you know, is not too bad. Could be worse. A lot of them are small, and I think I'll be able to get that number down fairly quickly if I try, if I don't start anything else, which is always the trouble. Okay, friends, that's it. Take care, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.